We're doing patterns, equations, and graphs. But the first thing we're going to start with is solutions, okay? So what we did, like today on the quiz, what you did was you had to figure out, was x equals 5 a solution to an equation? Well, now we get a little bit fancier because now we're going to talk more with coordinates. So you're going to have an x and a y value and ask, is that a solution to your equation, okay? So here's the first example. It's going to say, is 210 a solution to y equals 5x? Okay. So when I give you a coordinate like 210, do you know what variables are associated with the 2 and the 10? Which variable is normally your 2 there? Do you know? 2 and 10 are what and what as variables? A and B, X and Y, L and M. I know someone in this room knows this answer. You're just being bashful. What's a point? A point on a graph, right? It's your X and your Y, okay? So 2 is going to be your X. 10 is going to be, you're not doing a lot of graphs. 10 is your Y, right? Okay, so here's the question. It's saying, is this a solution to this? Well, I know what X is and I know what Y is. So all you're doing is plugging them in the appropriate place. So if it's Y equals 5X, it's 10 is going to go in place of your Y equals 5 times, what's your X? 2. Okay? So it's asking me, is that a solution? What do you think? Who thinks yes, this is a solution? You think it is? Jayla does. I got one. Anybody think no, it's not? Ryan thinks it is. Ella thinks it is. Okay, so you get 10 equals 10, which is true, right? So when they ask, is it a solution? Your answer is yes, right? What if they said, same equation, is 8 a solution to y equals 5x? You take this as your x value, this as your y value, and you plug them in. So 8's going to go here, 2's going to go here. So 8 equals 5 times 2. Is that a solution? No. So if you get a true statement, it is a solution. If it's false, right, 8 does not equal 10, then that is not a solution. Okay, so when they give you 2 points, remember those 2 points are x and y in a coordinate. Okay? Questions on that? Okay, second thing is this. They're going to give you a scenario. In this case, here's our scenario. It says, Carrie and her sister Kim were born on October 25, but Kim was born 2 years before Carrie. Okay. I want to know, how can you represent the relationship between their ages? Okay, so we're going to write an equation based on their ages. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up we call this a T-chart, where you have an X value and you have a Y value. But our X and Y are people right now. So you are welcome to just call them Carrie and Kim. Okay? So here's the question. If Carrie is 1 year old, How old is Kim? She was born 2 years before her, which means she's older or younger? Older. She's older, right? So she's 2 years older. So Kim is 3. Okay? If Carrie is 2, how old is Kim?
4.
She's 4. If Carrie is 3, how old is Kim? 5. And so on and so forth, right? So you kind of make a chart to help you see the relationship. What's happening every time? From Carrie to Kim, what are you doing? What is the pattern?
You made a mistake, first of all. You made 4, 6. Actually, no, hold on. Never mind. I thought you made a mistake because, 4, 6, and then you said 2 years, but never mind. I just realized it.
Okay. It happens, so I wouldn't doubt it. But what's happening? So here's what you're looking for, okay? What am I doing to Carrie to get Kim? What am I doing to Carrie to get Kim? What's happening from one to the other? You're adding 2. Every time you are doing +2, +2, +2, right? So you find the pattern that's happening, and you use that pattern to write an equation. So if Carrie is my X and Kim is my Y, we usually say Y equals. So Y equals what in terms of X? X, what are you doing? 2X. You just told me what was the pattern? +2, right? X +2. So you're going to come up with a chart first that helps you come up with an equation second, okay? And then they're going to ask you to graph it. So to graph this, you need to know a little bit about graphing stuff, right? So we're going to jump to that. I should have done it on the same page, but I didn't. So here's a graph, okay? I'm just going to remake our little chart real quick. So here's my X, here's my Y. It was 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7. Okay? And we said our equation is Y equals X plus 2. Well, if I take that and I plot it on a graph, do you remember how to plot the point 1, 3? 1 to the what? Left, right, up, down?
Right.
1 to the right, 3 up. Okay, so your X values are the ones that go left to right. Your Y values are the ones that go up and down. Okay, so 1, 3, you go 1 to the right, 1, 2, 3 up would be that point, right? Then you plot 2, 4. So you're going to go 2 to the right from 0, 0, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts you there, okay? Then you plot 3, 5. So 3, 5 is 3 to the right and 5 up, right? So the graph is going to look something like this, okay? Questions on how you plot those?
What on the homework did you like big numbers?
If you get really big numbers on the homework and they don't fit on your graph, then you just do like count by 3s or count by 5s, count by something else. Or the other option, if you have really big numbers, is you can put a zigzag right here and then start at a different number. So say it was like 20, 22, 24, 26. You could start here at 20, and the zigzag means we skipped 0 to 20. Okay? But usually I would say just count by 5s or count by 10s or something instead. Yeah? You'll do a part of the homework on graph paper. You'll just have to graph a couple problems. So do it on regular paper. I always will have, I don't have much right now. I'll give that to Adrienne. I'll usually have graph paper here that you are welcome to just grab whenever you need it. There's graph paper and there's grid paper. So if some of you would prefer to work just on grid paper, you're welcome to do that, okay? Last thing, though, that I want to talk about is the quadrants, because it's best if you're familiar with the quadrants. Do you remember which quadrant is which? What's quadrant number 1? Top, bottom, left, right. Which quadrant is 1? Top what?
Right.
Top right, right. This is quadrant 1. Oops. Remember we use Roman numerals for the quadrants. Okay, so this is quadrant 1. Where's 2?
Bottom, left, right.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, Nathan.
It's to the left.
It's to the left of quadrant 1, right? It's top left. So this is quadrant 2. Where's quadrant 3?
Bottom.
Bottom left. So 1, 2, 3 is down here. And then quadrant 4 is this guy here. Okay. So 4 quadrants. So if I asked you to plot the point 2, -5, where would you go? Which quadrant?
Top to the left.
Not to the left.
Up
2 to the right, 5 down. So you're in which quadrant? Where do you always start from, first of all?
0.
0, 0, right? So 2, -5, you're going to go from 0, 0, you're going 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point right here is 2, -5. Okay? Where would -3, -4 end up? Which quadrant? Not 2. -3, -4. You're going to go to the left, and then where? So 3 to the left, and then 4 down. So you end up in quadrant 3, right? So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So this point right here would be -3, -4. Show up, kind of. So just keep in mind, you go positive when you go to the right and negative when you go to the left. You go positive when you're going up and negative is going down, okay? So double negative, oh, what is that?
What?
That's new. Oh, you don't see that. Huh,
What?
What?
interesting.
Let's see. What the?
I can relate on a special.
I don't know why that doesn't show up for you, but that's cool.
Take a
Okay.
screenshot. Take a screenshot.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, it took all of it away though.
Well, take a screenshot. Should I send it?
Positive, positive, negative, negative, right? So if it's a double negative, right, here and here, you end up in quadrant 3. If it's positive and negative, you end up in quadrant 4, okay? So just keep those in mind as you go. Any questions on any of that? Yes, ma'am.
The X is the negative side and the Y is positive, right?
X is negative and Y is positive, is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, X is what you move. So if you have a point X, Y, the X value is what moves left or right. If it's positive, it goes to the right. If it's negative, it goes to the left. The Y value is what moves up and down. So like if I had -1, 4, I would go to the left 1 and I would go up 4, right? If I had 2, 3, I would go to the right 2 and up 3. So
Okay.
positives go right or up, negatives go left or down, depending on if it's your X or your Y. Okay?